Hi, fire signs. Welcome to your Leo season and Lionsgate portal reading. The Lionsgate portal has opened today as I'm recording this, July 26th, and it is going to last until approximately August 12th. Lionsgate itself actually takes place on August 8th, so 8-8. It's a very powerful number, obviously tied to infinity, tied to abundance, and this is a profound time of spiritual awakening for many people. And even if you're already spiritually awakened, you might find that you have further, deeper insights and clarity and gifts that come online during this time. And you might just, shift into alignment, is my mentor Renee likes to say. It was just a beautiful term during this time. You might have an up-leveling, so to speak. So you of course can look up more about the Lionsgate portal. I don't want to take too much time for that. I want to try to keep this as a pretty quick video. I know people are busy, but in general, this is a time where the star Sirius, which is our spiritual sun, and Leo, and some other planetary alignments take place on Earth. This cosmic energy is tied back to ancient Egyptian times. So you can see I have an Ankh symbol here. I also have a fire symbol and an agate flame. So lots happening. I've got the sword, the selenite sword here for some cord cutting. So we will just go ahead and get started then. And just remember, this is a collective reading, so it may not resonate for everyone. So if this doesn't resonate for you, you may want to check your moon rising, or if you have any stellium, multiple strong placements in your chart, you might want to check that. See if you have a lot of Taurus in your chart, you would then watch the earth sign reading and see if that resonates for you. Okay, if you're not sure how to read your chart, that's a service that I can help you with, but you can also do that for free at cafeastrology.com. You can get a lot of information about that. So I will put that link down below. You can see I've got the little lion here projecting onto the wall. Obviously Leo season is tied to lion energy. It's also tied to the strength card. So lots of profound energy happening right now. So for the fire signs reading, I'm going to use the Light Seers Tarot and possibly some other oracle cards or cards needed to clarify. So I will hold cards up and show you the images as I'm doing the reading. And so for those of you who are curious, this is the type of reading that I do at community events. Usually a 15-minute or so kind of quick full spread. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. Again, this is fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You have a lot of swords energy here. And so again, this is for Lionsgate. So I'm going to focus on, what, I think what's coming through here is what this portal is going to get you through, like what you're working through, and what, you have the potential to shed is what I'm getting. So for the recent past, which could be 2 weeks, 2 months, again, time is fluid, take that how it resonates. We've got the Justice card. And the Justice card's about balance, but it also can represent court case of some sort, something coming to conclusion. It's like you finally, you've had this, whatever the situation is, weighing down on you for a long time, and I feel like it's finally, recently reached a resolution. Or it's going to reach a resolution. I think, what I'm seeing here is that you have this possibility, present possibility of this new beginning, of this, self-fulfillment and happiness and freedom. Like I'm getting just this like vibe of like being free and being abundant and being able to do the things you want and not walk on eggshells. But the card blocking it is a Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is about betrayal. So I feel like whatever this is, it's kind of hard because this is so fresh, is what I'm getting, that you've not really fully embraced this new chapter. But I think because what you're desiring, you're not desiring to be alone or forging out on your own. You're desiring to have this partnership, to have this Two of Cups. And that's, not the way that you wanted things to go. Or, if you're contemplating making a decision, right, because things are not fair and just, right, there was a betrayal and you're not able to work past it, right, the clear message that I'm getting right now, for the path forward is to move forward, is to move out of the situation, because, your current situation is causing anxiety, sleepless nights with the Nine of Swords. You have two nines here. Two nines, and nines are about completion, and nines are also about solitude and self-care. And so whatever this is, it should be bringing you peace. It shouldn't be bringing you stress and anxiety. So, the card that's in the position here in the spread, that's the recommendation forward, is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is the card of moving forward, of moving on, of moving away and moving into calmer waters. Like, I'm getting that, like, that it's going to be better and to move on, but you're just still in this maybe state of grief and anxiety about making the change, or did I make the right decision? Because there's this just, it's been a long process and exhausting. But the Six of Swords is about moving onto calmer waters. Okay, and what you have after that, you have the Three of Cups. This is a celebration card. This is, there's three women here, like, dancing. They're out looking at the stars. I get like a summer vibe from this, that, you're free to do the things you want to do, and not be questioned to where you are, you're going, or who you're with. And also that finding community, finding, relying on the support of your friends, or, like a community circle, drum circles, like things like that. It will help you get through this and help you get your confidence, find your spark again, your joy, because, the Queen of Wands is here, and I'm getting that, like, you're going to start recognizing, like, you have the potential, through this portal to work with this energy, assuming that you choose the just position, choose yourself, and move through the betrayal, and, getting whatever this situation is not, it's not the path forward for you. You need to move on from that. And once you get out of the situation, you're going to realize how much happy you are. You're going to find that spark again. You can see how she's got the fire coming out of her hands, right? The Queen of Wands is like, that confident, fearless, just vibrant, exciting energy. And so, I am seeing, like, the potential that when you start, getting into this queen energy, that this person may try to come back and say they've changed, because we have the Knight of Cups coming, and I don't get that this is a new person coming in, because right after that we have the Devil. Okay, and you can see the Devil in this deck is depicted as a guy, who looks like, other than like the creepy tattoo on his chest, he could be pretty mesmerizing, right? He's got these eyes and this sparkle about him, but like, he's holding somebody on a string. It's like, manipulation. I'm getting very strongly that you need to heal from this. This is the Four of Wands. This is about going into recovery and rest, and really like focusing on yourself and healing this situation. But I get, because they may, it could be a situation where they weren't choosing you and you finally had to choose yourself. But now that you do that and you become this Queen of Wands, they come back, riding in on, the night, making this offer. But again, with the Devil here, I'm getting that this is not something that can be trusted, and that like the Lionsgate portal, and maybe that's why I felt like, keeping the selenite, this night, the sword here is like cutting cords. This is a time for, you to move through this and say, no, I'm choosing to up level. I'm not going to keep going back in the situation. I'm going to choose myself, because once you move forward, and stop, betraying yourself, and you choose yourself, this is what's waiting. This and this, and even this, the celebration. The desire to be with somebody can sometimes lead to, settling. And, for some of you, again, this is, take it how it resonates. This person might have addictions, and so they might, really be a good person, and they might come back and say that they promised to change and that they've done it before, right? Again, with the Devil here, and with it being the outcome versus in a position here, like here, where it's something to work through or overcome, right? This is the outcome of this situation, is the Devil. So that tells me that's not a situation. Now, for some of you, maybe you are yourself working through addictions, like maybe you feel addicted to this person, right? Addicted to this drama, to this like cat and mouse game, and it's something that you're going to need to work through during this time. For some of you, I am getting, Eight of Wands. That could be communication, obviously from this person coming in, but also the Eight of Wands can be an opportunity, something exciting. And again, type 8, August. So this can be coming, within 8 days, 8 weeks, but it's usually pretty quick. So some of you may be getting some really exciting news, and that's, a cause for celebration and a cause for you to step into your queen mode, because it's like, could be a new job, could be, if you're an entrepreneur, a collaboration of some sort. So that's really exciting. We also have the Three of Wands and Two of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Those are cards about manifestation and about, setting intentions. So, I would, recommend looking into rituals that you can do for Lionsgate, and, whatever feels right for you. You might want to write and burn to, clear, or use the selenite sword, a selenite type of crystal, right? It doesn't have to be a sword shape, but if you can find one, that would be outstanding, to cut cords. But, having fires and, working with fire in the sense of like writing and burning, but also setting intentions and burning it and putting it out to the universe, really thinking about what you want, and not being afraid to expand your horizons. That's what the Three of Wands is about. Okay, so let's, I'm going to pull, this is a fire sign vibes. This is a deck that I created, just to see what fire sign vibe might be coming up for you guys during Leo season. This could be, it can be an energy that you should be working with. It could be a shadow. Oh, you guys, you cannot make this up. I'm sorry, it's not funny. When Spirit has such a strong message, like, I mean, I shuffled, you guys saw, it's very clear. I love when they make it easy for me, like, to convey a message to you. And I think I always tell people when I do readings for them, I'm confirming what you already know. Okay. So your fire sign vibe is burning bridges. So it couldn't be more clear, right? And this is like the tough love portion of my reading. It couldn't be more clear that whoever this person is, with you moving forward, I feel like it's been a repetitive cycle. They're going to try to come back. We do have Mercury retrograde. I think it's going through August 11th. So Mercury retrograde will be going through the Lionsgate as well. So that's like we have all these other planets in retrograde too. So that's, fueling the fire, so to speak, of people coming back. And it's kind of like, almost, I don't like to use the term tests, but like the universe does bring lessons to us again and again until we say, enough, I'm worthy of more and I'm going to move forward. And then that's when you say, like, yeah, when you say, like, truly, I am done with this and I'm not going to accept this, right? The issue too is sometimes fear. That's what the devil can represent. We have fears of being alone, fears of the unknown. We'd rather stay in a situation that's safe, even if it's toxic, because we know what to expect, right? And we get those dopamine hits. But, joining community and, getting yourself out there and, doing things that spark joy with yourself. Look at this. Creation, right? This could be about a creative project. Something that you wanted to do that you never had the time, maybe because, you were devoting all your time and energy to this, this situation, or this person didn't support you in that. And now you have time to do that, to focus on your passions, to find yourself. And when you do that, it's going to make it a lot easier to say, no, I'm not tolerating this anymore, and to burn those bridges. So I hope that was helpful for you, fire signs. I am available for personal readings. I do them over Zoom. If you would like to schedule that information is down below. Until next time, take care.